Hello, I'm Chris Jesson, otherwise known as Groovy Gardening UK, or the Groovy Gardener to some, and I'm working very happily with Meadowview Stone here, who are sending me a number of their Eden collection products. This being one of them, it's the Horticultural Pink Grit, and I'm going to show you in these step-by-step videos of the ways in which we use these products. So starting with the Pink Grit, let's get cracking in our garden. So this is our new iris bed for 2024, but there's other things in here such as direct sown annuals, we've got dahlia in the middle, we've got a couple of roses and so forth, and alpine plants in general. Now things like irises and plants like the alpines particularly need really good drainage. It's in the sunniest part of the garden. So the Horticultural Pink Grit will be applied to this bed to really help aerate that area of the garden, improve the drainage, and also make sure that it's not just sitting in water. And that I recommend for anything like alpine beds, rockeries, that are actual borders in your garden, before we've even got onto pots that I'll show you in a bit. Now this border is already laid out, but if you are starting a border like this from scratch and you need to improve the drainage with extra horticultural grit, I would recommend using the Horticultural Pink Grit as a ratio of 50 to 50 with your garden compost that you choose to use. I use a peat-free garden compost, multi-purpose for that. But in this case, what I'm going to do with the actual existing border is get a potting scoop. Look at the fine pink grit there. It's really attractive actually for this area of the garden that's trying to incorporate some Mediterranean and alpine plants within it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to top dress this border. Because there are irises in here, just got to be careful to protect the rhizomes of the plant, so don't cover those up because they like being baked. And I'm just going to be very carefully top dressing this border all the way around the basal edges of the plant, so that is where the growth comes out of the ground effectively. And apply that consistently and evenly. Now the ratio doesn't need to be as important when you're top dressing the border, you're just incorporating the gritters itself. It's too early to mulch in August, you'd be doing that in the autumn, so you would apply the 50-50 mix in that instance. In this particular case I'm top dressing, so it's pure Horticultural Pink Grit and it's applied evenly at about, I'd say about a centimetre depth in this particular instance, but that's just a guideline, and I'll continue applying.